At the end of every unit, you will have three more activities. One is the lesson number 5. In this case, in unit 1, lesson number 1.5. And you'll have activities from the textbook to complete in here. Okay. The next one is the unit podcast. So how do you pull this out? Well, you click here and again you have activities to complete, and the video podcast, you can watch it by using your DVD-ROM. So that means you put your physical DVD inside your computer and execute the program, not the DVD movie, but the program, and then go to the electronic version of your textbook. And then when you get to this page, you click. This is clickable. You click on this and you'll watch a video podcast. You have a slider here, time slider, so you can go forward, you can go back to any second you want, and you've got here the time codes, okay? Because in the activities here, they will tell you to watch from this second to that second, so you'll have to go back and forward all the time, and you've got to listen to these a few times, okay? As usual, this is real English. These videos, as opposed to other parts of the listening activities in the textbook, this is the most real English you can get, because these are based on interviews done on the street to real people. These are not actors. These are people who volunteered to answer the questions of an interviewer. So they use very improvised kind of language, and sometimes for you it may be difficult to understand, but you try to see it from a different perspective. You have a lot of visual clues. They tell you to do or to answer very easy questions. Even if you don't understand everything, the questions are very easy so that you're not frustrated. And then once you finish the podcast activity here, it's a very good activity to pull this out and watch it and read along while they are talking. You see that this is highlighting what he's saying, so it's a good activity again to watch it with the subtitles or captions on. Pause it like I did, check the words or expressions in a dictionary, in an online dictionary, whatever device or resource you use for your vocabulary. And then once you remember those words and find out what they mean, you pull this off, take it back again, and watch it 1 or 2 more times to try to see if you now are capable of understanding those expressions that the first times around you were missing altogether. So that will work towards your listening comprehension. A lot of people ask me, what can I do to improve my listening skills? And they tell me all kinds of things, like I'm listening to the BBC radio, I'm watching films in English. It's all a little bit too much, okay? Because it's not well oriented. However, if you do these activities many times, a few times, like these, you're going to improve and you'll see the results at the end of the course for sure, I promise. So follow my advice. Do these activities the way I tell you. Listen to that a few times, a few more times. Even, let's say, in a few weeks, come back to this podcast and watch it again and see if you still retain the new expressions, the new vocabulary that you were working on at the time of these activities. Alright, so then we've got one more thing here, which is a quick test. So this is only a test for you to remember things. So it's very similar to this, but it's just more activities, simply more activities. And you've got these optional extra grammar work. So these are selections of passages from this textbook, My Grammar Lab Intermediate B1 and B2 levels, that it's advisable. Now, a lot of people don't have the book, don't want to buy the book, they don't understand books, grammar books very well or like them. A lot of people do. So it's your choice. But if you want to have more explanations of the things like the tenses, present tenses or past tenses, these are the pages. That means pages 75 to 88 of that book. Okay, no more and no less. Finally, in every single unit we'll have a writing reference. It's not a writing activity that you have to write and submit, let me tell you. It's something extra that you may want to do. It's recommended, let's say. So what you need to do is click on this one and you'll have a PDF with explanations and activities. Okay, so this is good help for writing emails of introduction. Remember that this is something that we did in lesson 1.2, I remember. So you've got here some explanations, some activities, okay? And there is, at the end, there is, well, in this case, there is no writing activity. It's just information. So read it, and for the activities or exercises, you've got the key. So this is the key to the questions. Question number 1, the key is 1, 2F, 3, etc. So the first one is false, the third one is, etc. Then the second one, formal, informal. So this is the key. So you can, it's a good recommendation to maybe print them out, at least print out this one, the reference, do it with pen and paper, and then check it here. Okay, that's all you need to do. At the end of every two units, you will also have tests for reading and for listening. Okay, but I'll talk more about that in a different video. Now, this will finish or complete lesson 1. Unit 1, and the mechanics is more or less the same for every unit.